Look, are we pleased about having to qualify for the Champions League? You know, of course we're not, but we've only drawn Celtic, and you know, Scottish teams, they never win in these qualifying games. They lost in Gibraltar, for Christ's sake.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Against Aussie Villain, and welcome back to Jarun on the Impossible Dream. Today, Champions League qualifying begins. It is at home. The first leg is at home to Celtic. Hopefully, we'll put the tie to bed. And then it's going to be Osijek. I think it's away from home. The team, of course, that robbed us of our league title last season. I can tell you I want revenge. But I also don't want to play my strongest team. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, there is one game to catch you up on since last episode. That was against Dinamo. It was the weekend before this game. So, again, didn't want to play my strongest team. As much as I want that league title back, we have to try and do our best to get into the Champions League phase for that Champions League money. So, let's see what second string Jarun could do against Dinamo. Resic played in Medzar to give us the lead. But Dinamo were level thanks to horrible Skolabar defending. Before Kovacic crossed for Sina to restore our lead. And the same two combined to make it 3-1. So a tough game, an even game, but a very, very good win. It was at home, so that kind of helped, you know, the importance of having to win it. But yeah, I couldn't have been more happy with the actual result. And given that it was more or less a second string side, one or two in there that could make an argument for being first choice. But yeah, Pinter in goal would definitely make that argument. But yeah, it was still a very, very good result. So let's have a quick update of the league table. Early days here, of course. But we do find ourselves top ahead of Osijek. We're 3 from 3. They've just dropped the one draw there. So when we face them in this upcoming game later, this episode, it is early days. As I said, very, very early days, but it's still a top of the table clash. But first up, it's European football and Celtic, I should say. And we're expecting sort of a bit of a bust park with a front three from them. And this is a team we're sending out. We're going full strength. It's Pinter in goal, Sanchez, Safronov and Crespi as the back three. Von Groningen and Gonzalez will be the width. Montel, Vazgard, Govia, Mazzoleni and Vidal will be our attackers. Okay, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognise anybody in that Celtic team? I don't think so. All right. Let's have a look here. It's a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. We'll go with that. Safronov's nervous. Gonzalez is unsure. You're about to play football, mate. I'm not quite sure what else to tell you. And here we go in our semi-constructed stadium. Now, a couple of things to catch you up on. Alvarez has got a virus, I think it is. So he's missing for a couple of weeks. So that's why we don't see him in the squad today. And Vidal won Player of the Month. I mean, they come out in a 4-4-2. Which is good job, scouts. So he won Player of the Month for the first month of the season. So given that, you know, hat-trick in his first game, probably not too much of a surprise. It's a very short month, of course, the July month of Player of the Month. But here we go, big Champions League game. I must say to a big thank you to a returning channel member in Alex Carosa. Sorry, man, I butchered your last name there. But yeah, that's very generous of you. Thank you so much for that. As I've said previously, if you enjoy the content and you're able to, there's links in the description for Patreon or the channel memberships there as well. There's little thank you perks, including the Fantasy Premier League, if you want to take part in that. There's a good ball in, and it is a goal from Vazgard, and we've taken an early lead in this Champions League qualifier. Massive start. We needed that. And yeah, we do look like a stronger team here, don't we? Just based on that early highlight. Nice one from Vazgard. Probably could have just headed it into this corner, really, but we'll take it. I think actually a 4-4-2 really does. I think we set up quite well against a 4-4-2. Of course, we've naturally got the extra man at the back, and we've got the two strikers to occupy their two centre backs, and then you know, some midfielders coming through as well. And it tends to leave space for a number 10. So yeah, I think of all the formations, we probably do match up arguably best against the 4-4-2. The other thing is the potential overlap they could get. Oh, and that is just claimed by the goalkeeper. But anyway, let's see if we can go and get a second. And they've got inverted. The one thing we might... so let's trap them on the outside. Given that the scouts kind of just picked the formation out of thin air, apparently, tactically we may not be set up brilliantly for this one. Hume to Brody. Can we get someone in there? That's a very big gap. He's offside, I think. I think he's offside. The referee's got his arm in the air. And I think he's offside. I know obviously transfer window is ongoing. It is disallowed for offside. Obviously we haven't signed or sold anybody. Yeah, Safronov did quite well there, didn't he? Just held his run to let him drift offside. Yeah, haven't signed or sold anybody. There might be something else to come, but I'm not. It's not one of those things. I'm not actively pursuing anybody right now, but that doesn't mean, you know, something might not come up. There was something else I was going to say there. We have had some bids come in for like the likes of Perso. Now, because they're club trained, I don't really want to sell them because we kind of, as Montel does well to win that back. They really help us in registering a squad, and we've been able to register 25 players and pretty much register everybody that we wanted to. So we're in a really good spot on that front. But the reason that we're in a good spot on that front is the likes of Perso and that can be registered in midfield to make up the squad allocation numbers. Vidal is in. Vidal has scored. Now, is he onside is the question. It looked very, very close. It's a wonderfully free-flowing counter-attack. And it has been waved off for offside as well. Now, this is closer than their one, I think. Or is it? Oh, no, it's not even close. He's a mile off. Mile off. Probably didn't need to be, really, did he? But anyway. So it remained 1-0. And after a very good early start, the game has quietened down somewhat, hasn't it? Although, other than their offside goal, they've not had a shot. So, possibly, we are doing a decent job here. We'll demand a little bit more. I think we've probably had enough of the game to say we should be getting, if not another goal, certainly more chances. There's a good ball to find Gonzalez, and it's whipped off his toes and hacked upfield. In true Scottish style, you might say. Safronov on the ball now. Nice ball to find Gonzalez. He's got a lot of space out there, doesn't he? Good ball in the middle. It's good defending as well, and it'll go behind for a corner. Montel to take. Sanchez, Crespi, they're all at the back post. Is that where Montel's going? It is. It's a decent one, but it's flicked away, and we'll get the throw. About 5 minutes till half-time. Would love a second goal at this point. Vidal only playing a 6-4, which seems harsh. He took his chance quite well, even though he was offside. And are we going to get sucker punched here? Seconds before half-time. Vazgard, can he win that back? Not quite. Sanchez going out. Cross comes in. It's a good header away by Crespi. Can we get him on the break now? Here we go with Vazgard. He's got Vidal and Mazzoleni with him. Vidal. He goes wide for Gonzalez. Gonzalez is in. Gonzalez crosses. It's away. It'll be picked up by Sanchez, though. What's he doing? It's Von Groningen! Oh, and Boris Von Groningen in first half stoppage time makes it 2-0. And that feels like a very significant goal, doesn't it? It was just cleared away. Sanchez, maybe a little bit ambitious with the way he's positioning on the pitch there, but that's okay. It worked out for us. He gets himself an assist. And Von Groningen is, well, he's quite good, isn't he, as it turns out. And that is 2-0. We probably want a little bit more of a lead going to Celtic. It's not the easiest place in the world to go, that's for sure. You've not been good enough, Vidal, according to your match rating. Everybody else, though, is doing okay, so I think we'll get back out there. I'm looking at Mazzoleni when we've got someone like Cena on the bench. The potential issue is wanting to keep players fresh for Osijek as well. Here we go with Gonzalez. Good cross in to the back post, and Von Groningen just over the top. If we can get the next goal, then it starts to feel a bit more comfortable, doesn't it? Mazzoleni over a free kick. Nice one there for Vazgard. Good first touch as well. Back for Mazzoleni. Oh, he's tucked it away. Oh, Mazzoleni. I think I was going to take him off. He just scores the goals in Europe, doesn't he? And it is now 3-0. And that feels like it could be the opening of the floodgates. That's a really good first touch from Vazgard, isn't it? Held the ball up superbly, and Mazzoleni just strokes it home. Thankfully, Vidal, who probably would have been offside, didn't get a touch. And it is 3-0. All right, can we go and get a fourth now and really put the tie to bed? I don't think I want to make subs, like, leg saving subs at this point. I think the players on the bench are the ones that will look to play against Osijek and hope that they can get the job done for us. Montel for Mazzoleni. Is he onside? It looked very, very easy. Surely Mazzoleni had drifted behind the defence there, because otherwise there's no excuse for that. And it is a goal. Wow. Well, off the ball movement, superb. How has he managed to do this? It's a cracking ball from Montel de Seam as well. Yeah, I think Hume was just a little bit too deep, wasn't he? I'm trying to see here. We'll get the freeze. It's very... Oh, no, it's not even Hume. Both these guys were just too slow getting out, weren't they? And maybe guilty of ball watching a tad. And it's 4-0. All right, let's keep a clean sheet here, though, please, boys. It is... Oh. Pinter gets it. I'm not sure if that was like a chest back or what happened there. It just sort of dribbled back to him, though. It was a weird one. Pinter goes long. Mazzoleni with a nice little flick on there for the run of Von Groningen. Can Von Groningen pick out Vidal in the middle? He's found him. Oh, it's gone beyond him to JJ. And Vazgard makes it 5-0. So I think we can say second leg is redundant at this point. What a flick on from Mazzoleni that is. Perfectly into the path of Von Groningen's run. And I think... Yeah, I don't know if Vidal's let that run on purpose, but Vazgard making a cracking run into the box. That's Frank Lampard-esque, isn't it? I don't know if Frank Lampard is still a reference that the kids get these days, but who would be the new Frank Lampard, I wonder? Just, like always just, arriving in the box. If you watch Frank Lampard play, you'll know exactly what I mean. I'm trying to think who the... Bellingham doesn't really play in the Premier League. No, not really. He doesn't play. It's a fact. He doesn't play in the Premier League. I wonder if he's sort of the closest. I don't watch enough Champions League football or La Liga to know if he is that sort of player or not. But certainly, just from what I saw of England, he seems to be roughly that sort of mould. But yeah, there's one for the comments. Who's the new Frank Lampard? I wonder if it would be... I'm trying to think, who would it be at Villa? Who's that sort of player? Anyway, I should concentrate on the game and not... Oh, and we have conceded in the 88th minute. We're still not completely convincing at the back, are we? And it's one of those things, like maybe the way that we play, getting caught out, at fullback from time to time is just something that we maybe need to accept. And I mean, if you're scoring 5, it's okay to concede 1, isn't it? It's not the end of the world. But anyway, a very, very good win. I don't want to say the tie is done and dusted, but it should be. If it's not, then we've got some serious questions to answer, don't we? So 5-star Jarun triumph. Classy Von Groningen, 2 assists and a goal, 10 interceptions. No wonder. He's the best right back in world football at this point. Surely he is. I just can't. And he's only just 20. I mean, what a player. What a player. We've got him till 2038. We're going to have to sell him. I can't see him wanting to stay with us. But look at that. He's just absolute quality. Anyway, wait right there. Osijek is next. Let's see if we can get a little bit of revenge for them taking our title last season. Alright, welcome back. Now we are getting ready to face Osijek. Lacko is back from his injury that, of course, he got at the start of the season. So he's on the bench for this one. We're expecting another 4-4-2 wide sort of wing play from them, which means we'll still trap inside. And what have we got here on heavy match loads? Resic and Cena. Alright, so Cena should be fine. Resic should be fine. I mean, they haven't played for a week, so they should be fine even with a heavy match load, really, shouldn't they? And Jakabusic is never fine, is he? But we'll see how we go. So it's Pinter in goal, Toninsky, Skolabar, and Jakabusic just a back 3. Kovacic and Kovacek will be the width. Then we've got Howe, we've got Resic, we've got Siraj, Cena and Madzar as the team. We've got some youngsters on the bench as well, including our Socceroo Luke Allen. I'd love to give him a debut here, but we'll see how we go. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Dolling is their goalkeeper still. No Turpich. I don't think he's moved on, but I could have missed something. All right, so what we're doing is all right. Let's go with that. Yeah, so this obviously early on in the season, it's not make or break, but you know it would be very nice to get a result. Now, what we don't want to do ideally is lose here, because if we look later in the season, a loss here could hurt us in terms of head-to-head. Whereas at least if we draw, then we win our 2 home games, we have then won the head-to-head. So that's probably the best way to do it. And realistically, you know, a draw here keeps us ahead of them while we're trying to qualify for Europe. Once they're in Europe with us, I would be surprised if they're able to do what they did last season when they didn't have European football. Obviously, you know, I could be wrong. But we'll see. As the free kick comes in and Pinter makes a save, we'll tell them to focus. We really don't want to fall behind in the first minute, do we? But yeah, I would back our squad over a course of a year if they're in Europe to beat their squad. I just would. So yeah, we'll just need to see. You know, it'd be nice to get some possession though here, guys. I have taken. You'll be happy to see. Pass into space off. So I've remembered to do that. But yeah, we'll see. I want to try and give Lacko some game time here at some point just to help him coming back from injury. The way that the Celtic tie is now sort of set up, there is an argument to say we could maybe have put 1 or 2 sort of more first team players out here. But what I don't want to do is, although we've kind of got the Celtic tie wrapped up, the next tie is going to start the week over after. So what I don't want to do is sort of start messing around with things too much. I think it's easier at this point just to have a European team and a league team. And obviously we can mix and match a little bit. It's not a sort of hard and fast rule. But yeah, I don't want to start messing around with that too much. Just Kovacic in and Cena. It's blocked. Resic picks it up. Resic to Kovacic. Kovacic, nice ball to find Kovacic back in space. It comes back in towards Madzar or Cena, and it's headed behind for a corner. All right, can we do something from this? Where's Jakubusic? Do something useful, mate. Cena comes in. It's punched by the goalkeeper down to Siraj. Kovacic, is he going to unleash? Kovacic, he does, but it's blocked, and we'll have another corner. This is a nice little spell of pressure. Can we make it count? Cena now. Again to the back post. Again, it's away. Kovacic will pick it up, and that'll end the highlight. All right. We've not had as much of the game as we would like, but again, we've got to remember, this is a good team. Jakubusic just looking nervous. I wonder if he's still unhappy about something. A lot of the players that were unhappy, it's got to be Kovacic, completely unmarked. Resic picked him out. Some of that was, he got 17 passing, 18 vision right there. And it is 1-0 late in the first half. They didn't pick up Resic, and they certainly didn't pick up Kovacic. They'll look back at that and just, what were they doing? But we've taken the lead. It is 1-0 late in the first half, and we come forward again, do we? It is a red card. Surely that's a red card. Come on, ref. Get your card out. There it is. All right. They've fallen in a heap late in this half. They've collapsed. They've conceded a goal and they've panicked. We're a goal up. We're a man up. And hopefully we're about to go 5 points up as well. Siraj cuts out that pass. Kovacic comes forward. Back to Siraj. Kovacic. They're playing their own little game there. It's a good ball in. It's cleared away though. Howe on the chest. Howe gets it wide. And it's patient play. I'll give us that. But they're a man down. Make them run. Make the bastard run. Resic is in. Resic! Oh, what's the defender doing? It's the second of the season. It's 2-0 now before half-time. And, well, this is going very, very well. And let's not forget, second string. Not a bad second string team, though, is it? Resic just drifts into space. He's done that brilliantly. What is that defender doing? And it is 2-0. Resic as a Mazzella is turning out to be a little bit of a revelation. I'd signed him to be a number 10. But yeah, he's doing really, really well there. To the point... what do you want to say? Don't let complacency come in. To the point where I'm almost wondering if someone like Zinko is a sellable asset at this point, because we've got a fair few guys who can play the deep-lying playmaker role. If Rasic is going to come in and share the Mazzella role with Vazgard, what a pass that is for Madzar. He's hit the post, and he was offside anyway, it looks like. Yeah, you know, maybe Zinko is someone that we could sell. For 12 million, I would sell him anyway, but yeah. We'll see what we get here. Let's give them some praise. Would love another goal. Just make me feel a little bit more comfortable bringing on Lacko and Allen. As there's a cross in, it's away. Madzar brings it down. Gets the ball back in towards Siraj. And he has his first of the season. And that'll do it for me. I'm happy now. We can take Cena off for Lacko. Madzar can come off for Allen. It'll be a first appearance for our new Australian. And that should all happen in the one. I really got to learn to pause the game when I'm making subs, don't I? But that should all be the one sub. So 2 subs, 1 stoppage. As opposed to a famous video by a similar name. And yeah, we've got Allmarkic. We've got some other midfielders there. We'd like to give some game time to here. So I think at 3-0 and a man up, we can have a little bit of confidence that we can rest Siraj. You can come off for Allmarkic. Rasic can come off for Perso. And Hal can come off for Zelak. And that will be that. So all change at the front. And let's see if we can go and get another goal now. Or if we just become a massive misjointed mess. Misjointed mess. Okay. Let's get Allen a goal on his debut. Come on, boys. Here we go. Lacko stands over a free kick. It's shooting range for him. We've seen him score from here many, many times. Lacko. Oh, he's almost done it again. And it's a shame to be putting a few past Dolling, isn't it? Overpriced disaster that he was. And they've decided to go a different direction with their man down, which is interesting. It's probably a better shape for them if they just put this man in the middle. There you go. See? Coaching both sides. Allen, can he get a block in? He can't. And we've conceded in stoppage time, as is tradition, really. Let's face it. And it is 3-1. Just maybe caught out a tad by the short corner. And, yeah, I mean, once we all caught out, there was no real way back for us, was there? We'll just tell them to focus. We don't want to give them too much hope. And that is going to be that. The sending off really probably was what decided the game. But we were already 1-0 up at that point, weren't we? The second goal before half-time, and then second half was just a bit of a cruise. So well done, everybody. We'll take that and run. And that puts us, as I say, very early days, but in quite the position in that league race, doesn't it? This is our title. We're winning it back. I'm angry, and I'm not letting up this season. All right, so we see off Brave. Brave? They weren't brave. They're cowards. And there we go. Allen makes his Jarun debut. Hopefully he'll get goals shortly. Zelak is going to get a pay rise, which is absolutely fine. Another one of our youngsters. Fairly good potential there. Just needs a bit higher work rate. But as another one as a deep-lying playmaker, passing and vision for a 20-year-old is not too bad there, is it? So that is that. If you've enjoyed it, thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. And we will be back. No point coming back for the second leg in Celtic. If we need to come back at half-time because it's going horribly wrong, we will. So we'll come back for the first leg of the next tie, and then we'll we'll see where we're at. You know, if we need to do another league game or whatever. But I think the next qualifying round is the final one. So hopefully we get a nice friendly draw in that one, and we are back in the Champions League. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.